Sara Levin, the Artful Inker here, with Card 8 in my 10 Days of Christmas series. Today we're going to be using Bright and Beautiful, which is a 2-box stamp set, and we're going to start with this large star here. So let me grab my star and a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to ink that with Night of Navy. Let me make sure the center there is well inked. Don't want any bald spots. Okay, and then I'm going to move this over and place my Whisper White right on top. And the reason that I'm doing that is the stamp is kind of large and the block is even larger. And I just find that when I mount on this large block that I like to work with my stamp face up. It's easier to get a good impression. I find it hard to get even pressure over the larger surface. So let me put that out of the way. Now next I want to cut this out using the stars framelits, and let me move my Big Shot up here into the frame. And I've got my magnetic platform, and here's my star, and I'm going to use 1, 2, the second star in, as this fits this perfectly. So that was number 2, and then I'm going to come 3, 4 and take the fourth smallest or the second, anyway, you get the idea. And then we need to center this on the design, and I'm looking to see that I've got each of these little dots just outside the points of the smaller star. And then let's run this through. Place my pad on top. We'll hear a quick crunch crunch, and there we go. Okay, so take that off. Let's take this off and move the Big Shot out of the way. And what I really want to do is take that off and then remove these. Okay, put them out of the way. Now I have these two pieces, and this top piece I'm going to ink with Versamark all over, just by rubbing the Versamark pad on it. And then I have in my bowl here some iridescent ice embossing powder. Oh, I see a little blank spot here. Let me get that before we start. Hold that up to the light and see. Make sure that I think I'm covered. Okay. So now I want to take this and I'm going to sprinkle iridescent ice all over my star, which will give it a beautiful shimmery look. And I will be back in just a moment after I have heat embossed this. So hang tight. Be right back. I'm back with my embossed star, and I don't know if you can see the shimmer on this. We're going to set that aside for a moment while we work on the next piece. I'm going to be using Wonderful Wreath framelits, the Joy framelit from that. There's a whole great set of other pieces included. And again, I'm using my Big Shot with my magnetic platform and a cutting plate. This is a piece of Mossy Meadow and my Joy framelit. And let me just put this top cutting plate in, and we will roll that right on through. And pop that right on out of the die, nice and easy. Let me set this aside and set my framelit aside and carefully loosen this as I go along here. Lots of little tiny pieces, and we don't want to tear. So here's my joy, and we are ready to begin to assemble this card. And I'm using a Night of Navy base that is 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. Just using my bone folder to give a good crease. And then I've got a piece of old olive that I'm going to adhere with a little bit of multi-purpose glue. And as always, you just want to run a fine bead of multi-purpose glue. Now this piece measures 5 1/4 by 4, and that gives you just a very minimal border of your base cardstock peeping out. And then I want to take this and just place it on here a moment, and I'm going to add my adhesive to the back of this star. And while I'm holding this in place, I'm going to slip this one right down in the middle, and that will give me my placement so that I know that everything's going to fit when I attach that star. Now I did just realize that I need to cut a piece of window sheet. I will do that and be right back and finish the card with you. So I cut my window sheet in a star shape, and it is the third size down. This is the second one in, third one in, and fourth one in. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive right around the edges of my star. And we're going to adhere that. I need to turn this. Adhere that to the back of my large star. So let's flip this over and glue this down. And while I have this turned over, let me close my glue here, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of my star. Now these are the edge pieces from the packs of dimensionals, and I find it very handy to save them for things such as this, where you need something that is thin, and in this case straight is very helpful. And let me place the next one down. I'm having trouble with the backing paper. Let me move this over here, and we're going to piece this. Put this here. This doesn't really need to be any larger than the piece of window sheet. Okay, and let's piece the next little bit here. Now, if you don't have these pieces, I can highly recommend the circles that we sell for making shaker cards, and it is easy enough to cut those, a slit in the side of those and straighten them. I've pulled the backing paper off of the back of my star there, and I'm going to be placing some of the frosted sequin pieces, that's a little container of embellishments, oops, running away, into the center here. Now, something that I have learned along the way is do not pile your pieces that you want to shake into too much of a pile. They tend not to shake well, not to shake loose really, if you do that. So just a few little things to shake around in there. It's not a large spot. And then since we matched up our dots when I was doing the cutting, you don't have to worry about matching the design. We shake there, see? Okay, and then I just want to take a little bit of trying to decide how I want to do this. What do we think, here or here? I think I'm going at the bottom, and a little bit of multi-purpose adhesive. Some of this is going to float free. Okay, I think this will do it. And just down here on the edge. And then I've got a little bit of washi. And let me find the beginning of this right here. Okay, and peel up. There we go. And set that aside. And I think I want to slide this, trying to decide how high I want to go. I want to slide this right in here. Don't come off there. Okay, and I'm a terror of washi. And then we've got a little bit of silver here. Tear this last piece of washi. And we have today's fun card. It's a little shaker using Wonderful Wreath and Bright and Beautiful, along with the lovely frosted sequins embellishments that we put in our little shaker here. So subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here, and then click in the upper left to go to my blog, theartfulinker.com. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.